Good evening. Local stocks rose for the second straight day in a late surge. Blue chips notched up 0.6%, X shares gained 1.1%. Volume rose to $72.4 billion. Chi-Ching Lee reports.
The Hang Seng Index opened up at 23,173 and stayed range-bound in early trade. The index climbed higher towards the close, gaining 144 points at 23,301.
We look at the turnover, which for today's point of view is quite sufficient, given that for the last couple of weeks there's quite a bit of retreat of overseas funds from Hong Kong to US and Europe. And if the turnover can maintain for a few days at this level, I think HSI, Hang Seng Index, could go up to 23,500, that sort of level.
HSBC manned the fort, rising 2.1% to 90.75, a one-year high. Hang Seng Bank returned to positive territory after sinking in the past few days. It added 1.2% to 121.90. The Agricultural Bank of China put on 2.4% to 387. Mainland developers were hit by Beijing's enforcement of new measures to cool the property market. China Overseas dipped another 3% to 12.74, and RNF property was down 4.2% at 10.58. Hong Kong property plays were mixed. Hang Lung went up 3.3% to 32.90. SJM Holdings rose 3.5% to $12, apparently not affected by the latest episode in Stanley Ho's bid to regain control of his gambling empire. Tech and energy plays had a key role in today's progress. Energy plays contributing to the HSI gains included Sinopec, which rose 1.9% to 17.16. China Shenhua added 2.3% to 31.80. PC maker Lenovo's strong earnings enabled the stock to finish up 3.4% at 4.92. But it also led chip maker SMIC to climb 5.9% to 72 cents. China Communications Services rose 5.3% to 5.33. Alibaba.com rose 1.5% to 17.50. It's been touted as a possible candidate to join the Hang Seng Index after the latest review. Chi-Ching Lee, TVB News.
A new development in the controversial transactions of flats at Henderson Land's 39 Conduit Road. A report today said the police have arrested 4 or 5 buyers suspected of laundering money. The police said their investigation is continuing and nobody has been detained. Henderson Land said the authorities have not contacted the company about such matters and it does not believe any of its staff is involved. The stock closed up 0.6% at $50. The 10 actives, HSBC rose $1.85, China Mobile lost 65 cents, China Life gained 45 cents, Hutchison offed 35 cents, Hong Kong X dropped $1. Red chips were little changed, X shares added 1.1%. A shares squeezed out small gains. Markets across the region were mixed. China's largest PC maker, Lenovo, announced a 25% rise in third quarter profits to almost $100 million. For the first 9 months of 2010, it announced earnings of $231 million, up 98%. China continues to be the top global investment destination, drawing $10 billion in foreign direct investment in January. This is 23.4% more than in the same period in 2010, but $4 billion lower in value than in December. China attracted $105.7 billion in FDI last year. A report says China's Ministry of Commerce has asked for opinions from other ministries about cutting import taxes on a range of goods. The ministry is hoping to encourage imports of resources and high-tech goods that the country lacks.
Big companies reported big gains and profits. Dell, the world's #2 personal computer maker, flew past Wall Street's profit and margins estimates on Tuesday. Deere, the world's largest tractor maker, says its fiscal first quarter net income more than doubled. On the economic front, housing starts in January increased by 14.6% to an annual pace of 596,000, higher than the expected level of 535,000. U.S. core wholesale prices rose in January at their fastest pace in more than 2 years. That raised some concerns about inflation. The economists say the recovery is too weak for a big spike in consumer prices. That view is shared by policymakers at the Federal Reserve. Minutes of their latest policy meeting show officials expect inflation to stay subdued, and the central bank is widely expected to complete its so-called QE2 programs to assist the recovery. The minutes also show officials are more confident on economic recovery, though the job situation remains a concern. The Dow climbed 61 points or 0.5% to 12,288. The S&P 500 rose 0.6% to 1,336, twice its value from just 2 years ago. Chicheng Li, TVB News.
US dollar against the yen, 83.55, euro 1.35, sterling 1.61. Hong Kong dollar exchange rates, US dollar 7.78, Canadian 7.9, sterling 12.57, Australian 7.8, the yen 9.31, New Zealand 5.87, renminbi 84.55, euro 10.57. That's a financial report. Thanks for watching. Good night.